Hello everyone, Finger here from Barfmation, and today we're reviewing this very old set from 2004. It's Doc Ock's hideout from Spider-Man 2. Let's get into this. So yeah, here we have it. Spider-Man 2's Doc Ock's hideout. It's obviously based on the river. I forget the name of the river, but it's the river where Doc Ock dies and drowns and comes back in No Way Home. And it's his hideout from the movie, like the little warehouse, the container, well, not really container, cargo warehouse. Yeah, I don't really know how to review anymore since it's been like a month since I've done a video, but we're just gonna start off with this little song. No, we're not gonna start off with this little song, but you know what we're gonna do? We're just gonna, these builds are not really important. Here you can see the speedboat. The catapult is important, we'll do that later. Buoy, the boat. Of course, we're going to start off with Mary Jane as a minifigure. Of course, the most interesting character we have in the entire Spider-Man Tobey Maguire franchise. She is such an amazing character, amazingly written, amazingly played. She did so much in those movies. She screamed a lot, and she also yelled a lot, and I'm not really being funny. Here's the minifigure. It has an exclusive torso, that's basically all there is to it. Then here we have Harry. Not really accurate to the scene at all. I think they just put him in here because they wanted to have Harry Osborn in the set. I think his suit comes in the Bruce Wayne, so again, not really exclusive. His head is suspiciously the same face they used for the Green Goblin from one movie back. That's 2001. Then the final uninteresting figure to me is Peter Parker. Nothing special. Looks a lot like Tobey Maguire, actually. Surprisingly accurate for the time. Yeah, cool minifigure. Nowadays I would have used a more detailed face print and a different hairpiece. But of course the stars of the show are these two minifigures, Dr. Otto Octavius and Peter Parker, or Spider-Man. So we're going to do Spider-Man last. Here we have Doc Ock. He is, of course, very important now that he's been featured in No Way Home, so he's relevant again. So obviously I wanted the set. This torso is not exclusive. His face is exclusive because all the sets with Doc Ock came with an exclusive face print, if I'm correct. The arm build's also not special or not exclusive. I think they even used this in the modern Marvel sets. It just connects with a pin, as you can see, with one of those medieval gears, as I call them. If you want to see what's underneath here, it's just his eyebrows. No back printing, no dual-sided faces, and just the Ron Weasley bowl cut hair. And then finally, we have the probably most valuable figure out of this entire set is the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. I actually own two of these. Yeah. Very cool. He has hip printing, torso printing, face printing, but also back face printing and back torso printing, which is very, very cool. It's a very great minifigure, especially for the time, considering that this came out in 2004. That's like 18 years ago when this came out. It's crazy. Some of the minifigures we get nowadays are not as detailed as this, so this is very special, and I'm very honored to have this figure after all these years. But then, of course, there is the build. I already spent some time on those two side builds, so we're just going to quickly take a look at this thing. It's a web catapult thing. You just have a minifigure seated in there, and if you want me to demonstrate that, here's a Chima crocodile. You just sit them in there, and, well, they fall over, but you never find that again. Just like stud shooters, but more, well, bigger. You would have Spider-Man in there, but nobody's going to launch this figure these days because that's just going to damage him. Then we have the main hideout itself, obviously, super accurate with the rat in the water. Yeah, we love rats in water. The dock, it's a dock. You can walk on there. You can also, fall in between because there's a big space, as you can see. Yeah, little ladder. Of course, the rat. It has the little numbering that it has in the movie. It's not as crooked as in the movie, because in the movie it's a little bit more sunken in, if you will. Or just broken down. I don't know how to say it, but it's a little bit more, intact in this set than in the movie. But speaking of destruction and this set, or this, yeah, I already did it there. You can break this apart by pulling the spider web. It breaks apart just like in the movie. Like, imagine the fusion reactors blowing everything up. You can even take these panels out if you want. And then it's like sucking everything up. It's sinking to the bottom. But you can, and for easy, I guess this is for play, but you can also remove the roof and say it's being sucked up by the fusion reactor. Here's the roof design. It's the same on both sides, I believe. And then you have the interior, which is now very visible, which has the power of the sun in the palm of your hands, which can spin. We'll take a look at that later, but first we'll do the interior. This is the interior. There's nothing in there besides this, and as you can see, little stand for the fusion reactor. That's really it for the building. There's not much else to find here, so we're just gonna move that into the cupboard or a shelf. And then here we have the fusion reactor. It's a fusion reactor. I think in the movie it's supposed to have like 8 or 6 of these little pillars, but I mean, this is all they could do. This is really great for the time. The one complaint I have is that they reused, I believe these are Harry Potter prints. I'm not positive though. And these might be Harry Potter prints. I know they came in one of the Hogwartses, but I'm not sure if that's earlier or later than this set. But yeah, I kind of wish this was on orange. But then again, we would have never had these purple flames. And I'm just going to put that back in. And that's really it for the fusion reactor. That's sort of it for the set. We're just going to do a... And that's it. Thanks for watching this video. If you liked, like, subscribe, obviously, for more of this amazing content. We're going to review every single Spider-Man No Way Home set, or No Way Home. We're going to review every single Spider-Man set ever made, not just No Way Home, also Far From Home, and Homecoming, and Spider-Man 1, and Spider-Man 2, and even the Forbidden Spider-Man 3 sets that don't exist. So we're going to review the Mega Box one, then we're going to have all the Amazing Spider-Man sets, and then we're going to do this and that, and we're going to have Spider-Man 100 years, Spider-Man on barformation.com, 100 years, Spider-Man Adventures / www.com.